Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, late on two wheels here, back for another motorcycle first ride, and in front of us we have Ducati's Panigale V2, which is the new 959, but now it's a 955. Don't worry about it, we'll talk it during the video. It is not often we get to ride motorcycles this absolutely gorgeous, guys. I am crazy excited. If you guys are super hyped for a bike this beautiful for a first ride, do me a favor and drop a like down below. The more likes we get, the more YouTube pushes this video out, and people need to know how beautiful of a motorcycle this is. Now, things to note, we do have a used model. There are carbon fiber jiggly bits all over the place. But generally, it is a stock motorcycle, except for the big fact, the acro system. I wish we could have done a stock one, but there's not currently a stock one to use, but this is going to be just fine. This video is also sponsored, so hashtag whoop whoop. We'll talk about those guys in a second. Thank you, Simply Safe. And guys, that's all I got to say. Let's get into this first ride, and Chase is back on a Panigale, ladies and gentlemen. Special sound check note, this motorcycle has a full Acropovic system on it and sounds fucking great. Like, seriously great. This audio is going to be garbage. I'm sorry. Alright guys, so that's it for the cinematics, that's it for the sound check. Now, before we get going, you guys know we gotta pay the gas bill for that camera car right there so we can get them crispy shots. So, we're gonna talk about Simply Safe for just a second, and then we will be back on the first ride. Now, if you guys are time crunched, don't worry, and you need to skip the ad, click to that timestamp, that'll skip you right past, you ain't gotta deal with it, but you guys that watch through it, you know I love you long time.
This video is sponsored by Simply Safe. Simply Safe is an incredibly effective, reliable home security system that will make sure your home is safe. You just order it online or over the phone, it's delivered right to your home, and you set it up yourself in under an hour. You just stick the sensors exactly where you need them. From there, your home is professionally monitored 24/7. If anything happens, they make sure the police get called. They've got sensors that cover every window, room, door, plus lots of great extras like water sensors, temperature sensors, and HD cameras. It's all really easy to use, and you get around the clock protection for just 50 cents a day with no contracts. They've even won the US News and World Report's Best Overall Home Security for 2020. Now, I know this is an ad read and all, but my wife and I actually do have Simply Safe, and we use it and love it. Before we had them, we used to use another company that we're not really going to talk about, and long story short, they conned us with their bullcrap contracts, and we ended up having to pay 6 months of service after we moved. So Simply Safe's no contract approach is probably my favorite part of the entire system. Something else I love about them is the setup process, especially in the times we're in right now. Being able to just get gear sent to me, I set it up, which is basically sticking it on the wall, and I'm good to go is really nice. It's actually kind of fun figuring out where you want all the different sensors. For our place, we've got most of the sensors that a lot of you guys are probably going to end up using. Our base station is chilling behind our TV in the living room. For the entire rooms, we have motion sensors. Near the windows, we have glass break sensors. And for the garage, let's be real, if anywhere in this house is going to catch on fire or have carbon monoxide, it's here in the garage with all the bikes we built. So we got the smoke detector here, right in the middle of the garage, and then over here in the corner, up there, we've got the carbon monoxide detector. That way, the guys and I, when we're working on bikes here in the garage, we stay safe. So if you guys are in the market for a new updated home security system, check out SimpliSafe at my link, which is simplisafe.com/chase. That's simplisafe.com/CHASE. Thanks SimpliSafe for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys that check out the link. You guys that support the companies that support my channel really does make an incredible difference with the content we're able to make. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Thank you guys for watching through the ad, and if you didn't watch through the ad, hey, how dare you? 2020 Ducati Panigale V2, baby. Let's... Oh my God, it's so tall. My leg just hit the rear. Woo! Holy shit. Surprisingly, guys, I can almost double flat foot. I've got a 32-inch inseam. I'm 5'10". I got some bent legs. This is actually not bad. Before we get going, I do want to check out these modes real quick. Long press, sport, race, street. Let's go into street. Boom, we're done. I gotta say, off the rip, this electronic system is my favorite that Ducati offers. Let's get this thing going, guys. Bye, Josh.
Can you ride that?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. This thing is loud and scary. I am excited. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the up and down quick shifters. Woo! Chase is a happy boy. Chase is a happy boy. Let Chase get his mirrors fixed and then he can go real fast. So guys, here we are on the Ducati, the 2020 Ducati Panigale V2 with an aftermarket acro exhaust, if you can't tell. And my God, does this thing sound incredible. Oh wow. That is what I am talking about. So guys, I've ridden the Panigale V4 before. It has been a hot minute since I have, but the one big takeaway I got away from the V4 is that, holy crap, Ducati, let me shift so you guys can hear me. The one thing I got from that motorcycle is, holy crap, Ducatis are starting to be easily rideable and comfortable. Like, they're a decent street bike. Ducatis didn't used to be like that. Ducatis used to be the, hey, you're gonna pay a lot of money for a crazy engine or for a crazy motorcycle, and it's gonna be hard to control, but it's gonna be a unique experience. But the last few years, I'm watching Ducati make their motorcycles so that it's enjoyable for the street. We're here in street mode on what is arguably a race machine. And I don't feel as leaned over. I feel slightly more upright. I'm on a comfortable seat. Like, it's feather light. This is incredible. Okay, so let's talk about origins for a second. If you guys have been familiar with Ducatis for a while, then you know, we used to have the Panigale 959, 1199, 1299. To be honest, coming from somebody that wasn't hugely into Ducatis, that got confusing. It's like 959, 1199, 1299, like there's too many of them. Now we have the V2 and the V4. Now there's, options for the V4. There's the V4, V4S, V4R, blah, blah, blah. But I love the fact that Ducati is moving to this. Hey, look, man, if you want our middle grade, V2. If you want our big boy bike, V4. It makes it super simple. And the thing that's crazy is that this is Ducati's middleweight. You know, for Yamaha, they've got the R6 and the R1, right? 600, 1000. In Ducati, you here have the V2 and the V4. You have a 955, which is what this is, which should compare to the middleweight number, but it doesn't at all. And now you have the V4, which is like an 1100. So the numbers are getting all mixed around until you look at price. This is priced more for the R1. I'm interested to see what happens to the 600 market, man, because Honda's killing off the 600s. Ducati ain't got nothing in the 600 range as far as super sports. And I'm interested to see what happens with like Yamaha and Suzuki and Kawasaki. But anyways, guys, back to this bike. We have the 955 here, and this is the new Panigale 959. It used to be called the 959. It's now been modified. You've got all of the beautiful bodywork on this thing, and if I got to be honest, guys, right now in the market, this is one of the best looking motorcycles stock. It is hard to find another super sport that looks as good as this off the floor. It's simple. The body lines are big. You don't have lots of little individualized pieces. Everything looks cohesive. I absolutely love the look. I have loved the looks of Panigale since Ducati went over to the Panigale, and my goodness, it is infectiously beautiful. I don't know what other words to use, but that's the Ducati thing, you know, like Ducatis are known for making really expensive, really beautiful looking bikes. So that's that. I guess we should probably talk about the ride, and if I can get a freaking green light, dude, I will. I will say, if that's the lowest mode, I kind of do wish I had like a rain mode, because street, while I've got all these settings, I've got the engine brake control, I've got wheelie control, I've got cornering ABS, I've got every piece of electronics I need. I wish I had a low power mode. Like, give me something like it's raining, I don't want all the beans. That's something what I'm wanting right now, and street mode's just feeling strong, man. And remember, guys, this test is for street use. There are plenty of guys that have gotten to test this thing on a track, so if you guys want to watch a track review, please go watch those guys. This is not going to be that. I'm kind of testing it for the everyday guy, you know, like if you're going to buy this and ride it around and have it as your main bike, that's what we test this as. And that street throttle is a lot. But Jesus, it feels good. I also got to say, guys, I'm a little shocked at how comfortable this seat is. Like, I feel very confident that I could ride this thing around for a while. And the bike feels at home. You lean this bike over and instantly you're like, got it. Okay, cool. That's where this bike wants to be. I do feel like the bike, it feels like it has a lot of weight up front. I don't know if that's normal or what, but I just feel like a lot of the weight is kind of towards the front. I wish the bike would get into neutral better. All the shifting feels great, but when I'm trying to get into neutral, I keep, you know, kind of fiddling with it. I wish that didn't happen, but, you know, it is what it is. These aftermarket carbon levers, by the way, feel phenomenal. I love the feel of these. So guys, this is somehow, being an almost 1000cc engine, this bike is incredibly light. Like, I'm surprised at how light it can be. It feels lighter than a 600 would feel, yet it has almost the power of a leader bike. You know, it's kind of an odd mix to have that much power in such a lightweight form factor, but this thing feels good. It doesn't feel too powerful somehow. But then when I rip on it, you know, it's there. Let's see how easy these modes are to change on the go. Oh man, closed throttle, yes sir, no problem. I feel like right now, Ducati with this electronics package has got one of the industry standards as far as TFT dash and electronics. I love how easy the dash is to work on this motorcycle. And this is a motorcycle that has a ton of electronics, so there's a lot of things to deal with, and I'm not finding it hard at all to figure out how to do what. This, for a Ducati, because Ducatis, you know, typically like expensive and hard to do, Ducati's getting their game together, son. Like this is a plush vehicle right here. And we are not getting behind that green truck. Let me just go ahead and tell you. Guys, if you didn't notice, we have put the bike into sport mode. That is the mode above street. We should have far more power now. And I'm not going to put it into track mode or race mode because obviously we're not racing. And I gotta keep myself as safe as I possibly can. All right, boys. 2020 Ducati Panigale V4 highway test. Now remember, we are, this is a closed track, and all of these people are paid drivers, whatever technical term I have to say. This is a closed road course. Black truck. Oh my God. Right at home the second you start going faster. Quick shifter's glorious. Going 100, don't even mean to. Wow, this is a dangerous bike, guys. You do not realize how fast you're going until you look down at that little screen and you're like, oh shit. Also, how good does this sound? Well, we'll find out how good it sounds in a second. We do have a little more traffic than I'd like. All right, let's do this. All right, let's do a little throttle test. Fifth. That is consistent, my guy. Oh my gosh. What an incredible way to throttle up through 6. And I have felt in full control of this motorcycle the entire time on this highway. I feel like I am glued to the ground. My gosh. And with the quick shifter up and down, I don't have to think about anything before I do it. Look at that, no clutch needed. Woo! Let's get off the freaking highway before Chase gets arrested. Look how steady. Look at that! Oh shit! Woo! Boys, oh my goodness. This is one of the best motorcycles I have ridden in a long time. Oh goodness. Oh, and the stability, leaning it over. Oh my gosh, cars, please just get the hell out of the way. Oh, guys. Such a stable downshift. Oh my goodness. All right, we're back on the road. Whew. We're gonna put it in sport mode, street mode now, guys. I'm gonna go back into that because I do feel like it's too powerful for street use and in sport mode. So guys, Ducati took their 959. I think they made it Euro 5 compliant, dropped it to a 955, but through air, like the air intakes and stuff like that, they actually gave this thing 5 more horsepower. Pretty incredible stuff. And what a good machine. Something I am honestly shocked by is the level of progression of the throttle. They have somehow taken an incredibly powerful engine and made the power delivery in a way that's just smooth, and I feel like I don't have a problem slowly throttling on. There's no hits of power anywhere, there's just power, and that makes it so easy to ride this thing. I'm on a Ducati Super Sport and I'm comfortable. Yes, my legs are in an attack position, but I'm not as far leaned over. My butt is comfortable. I feel great on this thing. And it's a Ducati Super Sport. I don't understand. I love the body position. I think over time my back would, if I took this to the mountains and rode all day, my back would probably hurt, but nowhere near how much it would hurt on other Super Sports I've ridden. We have adjustable Showa big piston front forks up front. We've got a modified rear shock, and from what I've read, the rear shock is supposedly helping with the bike feeling more front heavy, but with the bike feeling front heavy, when you throw it into a turn, it feels amazing. I even love these stock grips, man. Like it makes me ride the bike like I should be riding it. Just shocked by this thing right now. Also, you guys have heard me say this many times in the past. If you put an up and down quick shifter on any motorcycle, instantly you have a more premium feeling motorcycle. A lot of bikes have upshifting, like a clutchless upshifting, but the downshifting, where it auto blips for you, puts it into another realm. This is a cop that I'm glad I'm not speeding for. Am I speeding? I might be speeding. He doesn't have his lights on yet, so I'm glad I didn't come into that turn as fast as I wanted to. Do you guys notice on my first rides that when I'm on bikes that are faster, it's like the cops know that I'm out doing a first ride on a fast bike. It's eerily, it feels eerily that they know, or something like that. Yeah, so that front heaviness, guys, when I lean the bike over, it feels so amazing, so planted. Like when I was on the highway and saying I felt glued to the ground, I have felt glued to the ground. It's like I'm riding over Velcro right now, y'all. I don't know if this suspension just happens to be set up well for maybe a rider my weight and stuff like that, but this is honestly one of the best feeling Super Sports I've ridden in a very long time. Maybe since the V4 back in the day. Hey, look at this. So good. Brakes have a really clean feel. Like they're not super bitey. It adds to this kind of smooth Super Sport ride that I would never have expected out of a Ducati. I don't have a lot to say. That's what's insane about this. As far as talking about the actual ride of this motorcycle, this is phenomenal. I will say, when you are getting going, it does feel a little herky-jerky. I'll show you what I mean. So watch us get going. So that little, I think it's like start assist or something, it feels weird. I don't like getting going, first gear, letting the clutch out. It feels like something's trying to help me out, and I don't want to be helped out. But other than that, once you get going on this, side to side in the lane, Look at that. It is insane how light this machine is. And somehow this bike is almost the exact same weight as the V4. So I don't know how Ducati does that. I don't know how they have a light V4 and then this bike is almost the same weight, nowhere near the same engine size, but this bike can still feel super light and incredibly agile. I don't understand any of that. I'm not a scientist, and I'm certainly not a geologist, but whatever it is, let's lay on them. Oh, there's the power. Whoa. All right, so with the brakes, super light up front, but the second that you really pull on them, you can feel that progression of the brake kick in. Like, there it is. You have that light area up front. You know, if you just need to do a little braking to kind of like slowly change your speed, perfect. And then the second you're like, oh shit, I need to stop, then you keep pushing in harder and you're gonna feel that bite. Oh my goodness. I think, did that cop just wave at me? Thank you, police officer. Maybe they appreciate the motorcycle. Maybe it's that. I will say, even with us, you know, we haven't really gotten that many red lights recently. I can feel the heat coming in between my legs. So we do still have that hot Panigale situation going on. The only place I can really feel the heat is right here under my seat, you know, and that's where the exhaust pipe kind of curls around. And that's with us going. So I can imagine if you're in, you know, crappy traffic, you're going to be hot. Like, just go ahead and prepare that. It's not going to run super cool. I don't know what bike runs super cool, but, you know, it's stuff to know. I love up and down quick shifter. It is all of my jam. I can't let this whole video go by without talking about the elephant in the room, because this entire video has been really positive. But this bike cost $16,000, and a brand new Yamaha R1 I think cost $17,000. So you really have to ask yourself, you're not getting the top tier class motorcycle, you know, that's the V4. Do you want to spend $16,000 on a middle grade motorcycle when you could spend $1,000 more and get an arguably better motorcycle? You know, a more powerful, better suspension, better brakes, better everything. You know, that's a decision you have to make. But I gotta tell you guys, this has been incredible, and I haven't even talked about the electronics yet. The electronics package on this motorcycle is taken from the V4, which is their top tier model. So it's like, it would be like Yamaha putting the R1's electronics in the R6. Like, nobody does that. That, I gotta respect that. You know, camera companies, it's kind of weird. Camera companies and motorcycle companies are very similar. I'm sure car companies are as well. You don't want to cannibalize your top tier model, so you leave out a lot of features in your middle models so that people want the higher model. Ducati was like, I don't give a shit, we're gonna put the top tier electronics in our middle grade Super Sport because it needs it. You gotta appreciate a company that is making a decision for, it's almost like not for financial purposes. Ducati will make more money if you buy a V4, but they give you these amazing features in the V2. I got respect for that, man. Let's walk around it, man, because if you guys want a beautiful motorcycle, here you go. Now remember, this is a little aftermarket. Honestly, if we're going to be real for a second, the bike's done. The guy that owned this previously, from what I understand, bought it. He got carbon fiber, all of it. Got the acro, got the carbon up here. I imagine the fenders are both carbon additions. And then he got the carbon cut-off tail. So this is just a smaller version of what comes on the Ducati. But The only thing I'm not a fan of, guys, is the sliders. When I was putting, when we were stopped or something like that, and my legs came down, I kept hitting these sliders. So I'm not really a fan of that. But if you guys look at the fairings, there's not really a spot for you to put those sliders other than there. Speaking of the fairings, though, this is what I was talking about. I love just a few big panels. You got the big panel on the bottom, the middle panel, and the head panel. And the middle panel comes into the head panel. One of the best looking motorcycles, period, end of statement. Don't have anything else to say. Oh, and the mirrors. Totally forgot about the mirrors. So we've got the block off plates that are the turn signals, and then the bar and mirrors. Guys, this bike's done. You don't need to, you buy this bike, if you went and bought this exact one from Mountain, you don't have to do anything. This bike has got everything on it that I always say, this is what I'd add to it. This has got it. Another thing that the 959 didn't have that the new V2 has, single-sided swing arm. When it comes to me, if you're talking about a super sport from a Ducati, it's got to have single-sided swing arm, man. That's just one of those little je ne sais quoi that it has to have. Of any bikes I got to do an Instagram post on, it's this one, guys. And if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, at C2WPics, highly recommend it. We post a lot of photos over there, so go follow us over there. And if you do follow us on C2WPics Instagram, make sure to let us know you came from this video on YouTube. Guys, look at the red pop in that video, in that photo. Can you see it? Oh my goodness. If you guys ride motorcycles and you like taking photos of your bike, this is a bike to buy. I'll sit here and drool over this motorcycle all day long. I'm gonna go. We have to finish this video. I can't say anything more about it. I don't love that happens. You guys notice that? Look at that. It rubs, and you can see it on the reservoir cap. That introductory rev is a bit high, but it is what it is. All right, guys. Let's go. Only 468 miles on this thing. Man, how do you ride this only 468 miles and then get something else? I couldn't imagine what you would upgrade to. Maybe a V4. Woohoo! Down popping. I'm here for it. All right, guys. We got to finish this video up. To sum it up, this Panigale V2 is the best super sport I have ridden in a very long time. I love how smooth and easily ridden this bike is. And this bike would have been like this stock. None of these aftermarket pieces would have made this bike as good in the areas I'm talking about. So a stock one will be just as good as this. I find it incredibly rideable in city situations. It is dangerous on the highway. The amount of power you have, you guys saw, this thing got up to 150 and it wanted to keep going. It was not slowing down at all. Incredible power delivery, very, very easily controllable, very linear, but it has the power it needs. The quick shifter up and down gives this bike this super plush feel. It is an incredible ride. Who needs to buy this motorcycle? Let me just go ahead and tell you guys, you got to have experience to buy a bike like this. I don't think anybody's going to buy this that doesn't have a decent amount of riding experience because it is expensive. Its MSRP is like 16, so out the door it's probably going to be something around 20. You're going to spend a pretty penny on this, but if you do spend a pretty penny on this, let me go ahead and tell you the ride is incredible. And I'm on city streets. Imagine if you had the money to buy this as your daily rider or something, and then you did a track day with it, bro, oh my God. You would open this bike fully up. You would be using every penny of your investment if you bought it and did that. I do feel like the person that buys this does need to be a more aggressive rider. You need to be doing, some technical riding, but the beauty of it is this bike is primo even for the streets. You get the lightweight of a 600, but you get the performance of a 1000. I mean, granted, you're going to pay for a 1000, but this is a phenomenal ride. I don't know what to say. Like, is this worth that kind of money? I don't know. You know what? No. Yes, it is. This bike is 100% worth the money. If you've got that kind of money to spend on a super sport motorcycle, this is not going to let you down at all. You will be able to buy this motorcycle and feel extremely happy about it. I don't know what else to say. This has been one of the best first rides I've ridden in a while. I can't remember the last time I planned on doing a first ride. I was excited for this one because I knew it would look good. I did not think it would ride this incredibly well. So Ducati, you get a freaking big old clap. Guys, we got to wrap the video up. Before I get out of here, I do got to give a shout out to my guys at Mountain Motorsports. They are the dealership we started at and that I will end at. They're the reason I'm able to do these first rides for you. So if you guys are in the North Georgia area, Mountain's got 5 or 6 locations here in North Georgia and a huge inventory at every location. So click down below in the link. It'll take you to first ride special pricing. You can get a discount on the next bike you want to get if you're getting it at Mountain if you use that discount code. And even if you're not about to buy one, check out a Mountain location. Just go in. You can sit on everything they got and you can get a feel for how the bikes will fit you. Guys, I'm Chaseontwowheels. Make sure to hit that like button, and thank you guys for riding around with me. What an incredible first ride, guys. That was awesome. If you guys enjoy motorcycle content, please subscribe to the channel. I know that statistically 60% of you guys are not. And guys, we'll see you on the next one. Outro crew. I don't know what I came into this first ride expecting, but whatever it was exceeded by what just happened. You guys let me know, are y'all in the super sport market? Are you looking for a Ducati super sport, or have you moved into the naked segment like I have? Like, I'm looking at this bike like I have no need for this motorcycle, but damn it, I wish I did. I wish I did the type of riding that would make sense for me to own this. I couldn't afford it, but whew, I envy anybody that can afford this motorcycle. It's like the V4. You get everything out of the V4 except it's in a smaller, lighter package and it's cheaper. Why would you not? Right? Why would you not? Outro crew, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to put OC in your comment. That way I know you're in the outro crew. And you know, I love you guys a little more. You know I do. Thanks for getting to the end of the video, guys. I'm gonna wave at this motorcycle cop and we'll see what he does. Ah, man. I love this motorcycle. I think I truly do. If there's any rich people watching my channel, I just want you to know I want a Ducati V2 and I want a Multistrada Pikes Peak. I can't afford either, but if you've got that level of money, I will gladly take one or both. Just want to put that out there. And I will gladly make content in your honor. Just want to put that out into the world. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.